Hello, welcome back to the Von Art Guitars YouTube channel. It's been a while. Ended up taking a little bit of a break from making these videos. I think it's been probably a little over a month since my last video for the Goddess guitar here for the Great Guitar Build Off. But I'm back, and this is just going to be a short little intro here. You'll notice that I'm actually down in my basement instead of up in my shop because it's been extremely hot here in Minnesota over the past few days. Plus, I'm to the point where it's time to start finishing off the Goddess guitar with like stain and whatnot. So I'm probably going to move that operation down here to keep it away from areas where it would be susceptible to like sawdust and things like that getting it on the finish. So again, thanks for tuning in and following this this series. If this is the kind of content you like, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and also ring the bell so you get further future notifications. But anyways, so right here is sort of what the Goddess guitar looks like right now. This is my progress. I'm kind of holding the neck in there because it hasn't been the neck hasn't been screwed in yet. But you'll see shortly here. I went through and prepped the back and sanded the back and sides. I mean, not sand. Well, I did sand the back and sides a little bit more, but then I stained it. It's dark walnut, and it actually turned out really well. I think this is basswood here. The body here is basswood, and I think it turned out really nice. And then I did the same with the headstock. I stained the headstock with the same color. And so next is the actual top. And in one of my prior videos, when I was sort of kind of talking about how or what color or how I wanted to do the top for staining, originally I was thinking I was going to do like a fade kind of thing. Start out with like really light color in the middle, and then fade it on both sides with some other maybe darker colors. But since I got this epoxy resin, it's like white or pearl, I don't think it would really look that great if this middle part started out with like a lighter color. So what I decided to do is I'm going to do it. It's going to be a burst, and it's going to start out, or the center is going to be a nice blue, and then it's going to burst out to a purple. And of course, I've got the sides taped off for a faux binding. I think that'll look pretty cool. I've done a few guitar bodies just where I just sold custom bodies where I did that same color scheme for the top, and a lot of people really liked it a lot. I mean, the last one I did, it sold like almost immediately when I posted it online. So I think that'll be pretty cool, and it'll sort of, I don't know, with those colors, it'll be kind of, I guess it'll sort of appeal to a lot of different people. And I glued a veneer onto a piece of birch, and this is now the top here. The top there is a flame. It's a flame maple, and the only veneer that I really had in my shop right at the present time. I don't really use veneers much. This is not a flame maple. It's more of a it's a quilted maple. So you can kind of see the there. It's a little different, but I'm gonna make a custom backplate for the electronics cavity, and I'll be using that, and I'll stain it the same colors as the top. I think that'll actually look pretty cool, even though it's slightly different style of figured maple. It'll look pretty nice. And so what I normally do when I'm gonna stain, or in this case dye, I'm gonna use dye for the top. What I normally do, if it's a nice figured wood like that, is I'll first start off with a coat of black, and I'll cover the whole thing with black, and then once it's dry, I'll come through and sand it back, and so that way the dye will just have soaked into the more porous parts of the figured wood, and then I'll start with the burst with the colors, so that way the figuring on the wood will, with that black on there first, it'll stand out more, and it'll look a lot better. So that's where we're at. This thing is, it's getting close. It's already August 4th, I believe, and the contest runs until, I believe, September 1st. So I need to really get cracking on this thing, but it's getting close. So what you're gonna see next is how I prepped the back part of the body. I went through and put black grain filler across the whole back and sides of the body to try to fill in some of that grain, especially on the sides where you got more of an open grain. You got more of an open grain here on the sides where it's been cut. So you'll see, just, it's kind of boring stuff, but still, I did black grain filler throughout the whole thing, let it dry, came through and sanded it, and you'll see that when I sanded it, it almost looks like I sanded everything completely off, but I really didn't, because the grain filler actually went inside, the more porous parts of the grain where it needed to kind of fill it, and kind of fill in those the spots where it's a little bit lower, so it's more smooth. And then after that, then I just stained it, which again is kind of a boring kind of thing to watch somebody stain a guitar. But for the purposes of this video and the contest, I included that. So I'm just gonna, from this point on, the rest of this video is just gonna be time-lapse video of me getting the guitar to this point, and then the next video that I upload I'll show you the process that I just talked about, where I'll be staining the top. So again, thanks for tuning in. Here's some video of what got us to this point. Thanks.